Now that we're in though, we're deep into football. Rob,
Mhm.
what's going on with you and Sam Darnold and JJ McCarthy? What is your problem over there?
So I got to issue an apology,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't do this quite often.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry if this don't come off great to everybody, but I gotta apologize. So I've been looking online and seeing a lot of people talk about JJ McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings and as they're presently constructed and everything like that. And I gotta basically put the apology on me to you for thinking that y'all understood how quarterbacks work. And really reason why I have to basically make that apology is because that like I basically thought that yeah, people understand how this whole quarterback thing goes. I was thinking that like, people know how team construction goes. I was thinking that like, oh yeah, you've been watching football as long as I have, and watching it over 20 years, 30 years almost damn near. And I was thinking like, man, you would basically think like, okay, a team has a quarterback that they draft, in the top 10. It was the first time that they've done it in franchise history. And I'm thinking that, yeah, it's like you would think, okay, quarterback gets hurt, guy comes in, basically has a great season. Yeah, but, the quarterback that got drafted comes back. Yeah, you're going to go with that. But so many people have come to me and basically been like, so why did y'all move away from Sam Darnold? And I'm like, nigga, are you high? And it's like, and reason why, and not everybody smokes, and not everybody drinks and everything like that. Not everybody indulge, but high can come from many different ways. Like you can act high and not, indulge in all these things. But that's on me. That's on me and my assumptions. I basically optimistically, held y'all at a higher regard. Because the thing about it is, and it's such a weird irony that basically you guys come at me with when you're like, well, why did y'all go away from Sam Darnold? And it's like, if this was 2 years ago, there is no fucking person that would encounter me and say, why didn't your NFL team keep Sam Darnold? Because nobody, and I mean nobody wanted Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold was, I see ghosts, I'm seeing ghosts, and all that kind of shit. And all y'all basically were like so out on Sam Darnold. Then he has a great season last year. Absolutely great season. MVP candidate, all that. Basically helped take us to the playoffs, everything. And then y'all like, well, why don't y'all keep him? When I and every single time I have to reply, and I have to do this all the time. It's like he was not the plan. He was never the plan. The plan was get JJ McCarthy, get him in there, play him, get him, especially take advantage of him being on a rookie contract because you just
Mm-hmm.
signed Justin Jefferson and everything like that. So you have more cap flexibility in order to fill more holes, like getting Andrew Van Ginkel, like keeping Byron Murphy Jr., like doing all these kind of things that really we needed to keep this team and it's constructed and well. And it's just like, why wouldn't you want us to do that? Why wouldn't you think that that was something that we would do? Why would you want us to go to a quarterback that was never the plan? The plan, the guy that we signed to a 1 year team friendly backup quarterback deal. Why would you think that we were going to stick to that, especially when the cost of the brick was going to go up, which it did? And that's what he took advantage of. Seattle gave that man 3 years, $100 million, and I was like, yeah, you gonna take that because at that time, and I told both of these gentlemen right here, whenever they asked me, they were like, hey, what's gonna happen at the end of the season? And I said it's gonna go just like this, and this is how it happened. I know it did. Because they said, hey, Sam, we signed you for $10 million. Do you want to play for $10 million? Sam said no, because they're offering me more money. And they were gonna be like, yeah, here's a nice handshake. Enjoy Seattle. Bring a raincoat. That's
Mm-hmm.
what's going to happen because he was never, ever the plan. This is not the same exact team that Sam Darnold inherited. And if he would have
Yes.
stayed on this team for 30 more, for 20, 30 more $1 million a year, y'all would have basically been like, how could you? You got a quarterback right there that you just drafted. Why aren't you basically taking advantage of that rookie contract? That's what would have happened. I know it would have happened because that's how y'all go. And that's what me and I need to basically be better about that and not assuming that you guys will basically think. And so I'm sorry. I have to apologize because here's the other thing. Here's the other factoid that I want to basically bring to y'all. The Vikings basically are not the same team as they were last year. And when I talked about with the Bears are basically the one the league leader in takeaways. You know who the league leader in takeaways last year was? This team. We were. You know who is not the league leader in takeaways in any kind of form or fashion in any kind of way? This team. This team right here. We have as many interceptions to this point, 3, that we did in the first game last year. 3. This is not the same team. We were forced to turnovers at a high clip. We were basically getting pick sixes, touchdowns, everything. That was the whole year. We had good health. All the guys that we had at pass rusher had good health last year. We did that. Okay? That's not the same team. Yesterday's price ain't today's price. All those cliches. This is not that. So please, I'm apologizing to you, but I need you to do a favor for me. Understand that this ain't the same team. Understand that Daniel Jones, who was another quarterback that y'all said we should have kept, that y'all wouldn't have said we should have kept a year ago. All these things are the same place, and it's not JJ McCarthy's fault. Granted, he ain't playing tomorrow. Why? Because he's been hurt all year. And that's a whole nother thing. You know, that's something we can't predict. He played all of his time at Michigan. This is not an injury-riddled quarterback. It's just been an injury-riddled league quarterback. But it's still to the point of this is a team that is not the same team. It was an aberration last year. This is reality. This is Vikings football. Okay? This is what we got to deal with. But be that as it may, I'm sorry.
And Rob, that was a beautiful apology, but I know where the people are coming from, cause you know that man. Look, that man Sam Darnold is balling out. But I'll say this: a lot of it is because of the guy who I said needs to be a household name next year, JSN, Jackson Smith Ninjigba. He has been unfreaking real. He has 1,300 yards right now, and he still got 4-5 more games to play. That's all I'm gonna say. The man is unreal.
JSN. He's that guy.
But I knew he was gonna do well because at least he had him, and I know they had brought Cooper Kupp in, who hasn't been that good this year. But I was like between those two cats, he should have a great year because that was the thing when what he had in Vikings. Because that was another thing I kept saying when everybody asked me how was going to Sam Darnold go do last year. I was like, this is the best team he's ever played with. He should be fine because you had an All-Pro wide receiver in Justin Jefferson, and he had Jordan Addison, who basically was right there too, and Al Hawkinson and all these other players. But it's like, yeah, he had talent. He has talent. You put talent around Sam Darnold, he's gonna do well. He's a pretty good quarterback. It's just that he never played with talent and he never played with it consistently. This is the time that basically he's getting an opportunity. So yeah, he's been playing well. But with this team, this is he'd probably be a 8-9 win team. Like this ain't the 14 win team of last year because we haven't been playing like the 14 win team like we were last year.
Okay, so one more
Not
question.
to mention that Seattle does have a great 2 running back system that opens up the wide receivers. So like all around, they got the pieces. They don't have bad running game. So the running game opens up the pass game for Sam. So Sam got it good over there.
Yeah.
So here's the question: tomorrow, 3:05 p.m., Seattle versus Minnesota. You're sticking with your Vikings.
Oh, I'm always gonna stick with my Vikings.
You sticking with your Vikings to win?
I'm not gonna go away from my Vikings. I'm wearing this shirt that I got from Mall of America for a reason.
Now, if Sam Darnold tortures you, it's still good. It's still all love and respect because he got 14 wins last year.
I'm happy for him because for me, I'm always in for a redemption story, and I'm always in for because he's one of those people that basically because even though like I got T.O. behind me, and I didn't do the crying thing. But like I'm always for a, hey man, look, they didn't believe in you. Now you basically showing out and seeing like I love that kind of shit. I don't care who you are. I don't care what team you were on. If you weren't on my team, and like if we say Cardinals, for example, like I always love like say Jordan Walker. I'm just gonna bring that name up right now because he eventually is gonna get cut or traded or something like that and kill it somewhere else.
Thank you for saying
But you're welcome. But no, like I'm always for any player on my team killing it somewhere else. I'll be mad at my organization if they didn't try to keep him. But even for like Sonny Gray, I knew his ass was gonna be gone. I knew between him and Arenado and maybe Wilson Contreras, those niggas gonna be gone. Like it's just a matter of who and for how much. So like I'm fine with that. To be honest, when I saw Sonny Gray got traded, or I saw that it was a Cardinals trade to the Red Sox, I thought it was Arenado. I thought it was gonna be him. But I think y'all gave up on him, and I think most people did. But be that as it may,
you better than me, Rob.
I mean,
fuck Michael Parsons over here.
he said something right. No, this is forever.
All right, like fuck one over there. Like,
hey, it is what it is. It is what it is.